Hello everyone. So let us see today a question from statistics data handling about this frequency distribution table. So over here in this table we are given some class intervals. So 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, all of these are called as class intervals. And we are asked about a certain class interval over here. So we are told for the class interval 10 to 15. So 10 to 15 is here. So about this 10 to 15 class interval, we are asked three questions. First is, what are the class limits? Find the following. First one is the class limits. So let us find out what are the class limits for 10 to 15. Now, before knowing the class limits, what are class limits for 10 to 15? Well, the class limits are of two types. First is the upper class limit. Now, upper class limit, and the second one is the lower class limit. The lower class limit. Now, what is upper class limit and lower class limit, and for which interval we have to find it out? So for the interval 10 to 15, 10 to 15. So see over here, the number which is over here on the right is simply the upper class limit, and the number which is over here on the left is called as the lower class limit. Simple. So this number from where the class limit starts is the lower class limit number, and this is the upper class limit number. So for 10 to 15 interval, class interval, the upper class limit is 15, lower class limit is 10. Now secondly, we are asked about the class width or the class size. So first of all, the class width and the class size mean the same thing. So let us write over here the class size. Now what is a class size? And for simplicity, the upper class limit is also written as UCL, upper class limit, and this lower class limit is also written as LCL, lower class limit. Okay, so after this, what is a class size? Well, it is nothing but the difference between the upper class limit and the lower class limit. Upper class limit, lower class limit, their difference, their subtraction is the class size. So the upper class limit over here is 15, lower class limit is over here 10. So upper class limit 15, lower class limit 10, their difference is 5. So the class size or the class width for 10 to 15 class interval is 5. Now after this, let us go for the third point. So thirdly, we are told we have to find the class mark or the midpoint. So the class mark or the midpoint is the same thing. So let us write over here, we have to find out the class mark. Well, it is related to the same thing. Which thing? Upper class limit and the lower class limit. How? Well, the upper class limit and the lower class limit, when they are added and their sum is divided by 2, then we get the class mark. So class mark is the addition of upper class limit, lower class limit divided by 2. Upper class limit is over here, which is 15. Lower class limit is 10 for the interval 10 to 15. So 15 plus 10 divided by 2. So it is 25 divided by 2, and which will give us 12.5. So the class mark for the interval 10 to 15 is 12.5. So this is how we can find out class limit, class width, class size, class mark, or the midpoint. Right? Now, can you find out all of these three things for the interval 15 to 20? Well, if you can, don't forget to write your answers in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching.